Good evening and welcome to this Wednesday, October 18th edition of EastCast. I'm Melissa Choi along with my co-anchor Larry Kaplan to bring you East's news. Congratulations to East Young Woman of the Year, Ruby Chang. On Friday, Ruby was selected by a panel of judges from 11 semi-finalists. She received a commendation from the National Merit Scholarship Committee and is an award-winning classical pianist. Ruby will compete in the Camden County title Thanksgiving weekend. On Thursday and Friday, 40 of East thespians performed an evening of theater. Mr. Thomas Weaver and Mr. Sheldon Zeff worked with 4 student directors, Blake Lott, Joel Wiener, Debbie Goodwin, and Christy Knipe, to present an innovative evening of the best of American drama. The audience was seated on the stage with the actors. This arrangement provided a sense of intimacy and identification with the actors. The scenes from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, The Odd Couple, Skin of Our Teeth, A Storm is Breaking, Echoes, Glass Menagerie, Don't Drink the Water, and The Miracle Worker showcased the talents of East.
Freshman elections were held last Friday as the members of the class of '93 went to the polls to pick their new class officers. Lisa Schusterman was elected president, Tricia Relosa vice president, Lauren Bell won publicity manager, and Pelin Muniz will be the new secretary-treasurer. Congratulations to the winners and all the participants. On October 30th, David Toma is coming to East. Classes will be halted in the morning as Toma speaks to the whole school in the gymnasium. During his presentation, Toma will discuss topics ranging from drug and alcohol abuse to the use of steroids. Toma draws from his own personal experiences during his speeches. Teachers will put aside their normal curriculum for a day as drug and alcohol-related issues will be discussed in the classrooms during the 4 periods in the afternoon. In the library, 30 counselors will be available to talk to students on an individual basis. At 7:30, members of the community at large are invited to return to East to hear Toma speak during his evening program. Toma will return the next morning to speak in small groups with interested students.
The Spanish Club elected new officers for this year. The activity chairperson is Melissa Choi, and the fundraising chairperson is Bev Isis. Lisa Cowan is the publicity chairperson, and Meg Stanford is chairperson of the Freshmen's Committee. The club is planning numerous activities for this year, among them a hayride at Springdale Farms. The French Club also has new officers. The members elected Shira Gruen as their president, Daniel Choi as vice president, Sandra Wu for secretary-treasurer, and Patty Lee for publicity manager. The club will be going to a French restaurant, La Campagne, next week on Sunday, October 29th. There's a new foreign language literary society. It holds its meetings every Tuesday where students produce a publication devoted entirely to essays, short stories, and poems in many different languages. The Society is working on putting together the very first issue of Passports, which is similar to Demogorgon, the fine arts and literary magazine. Mr. Craig Burgess, the advisor, says that the purpose of the publication is to give students who speak a language other than English a chance to publish some of their works.
The first issue of Cougar's Den for this year has come out. Cougar's Den is a supplement for Eastside, the school newspaper. Senior Greg Rosansky is the new editor-in-chief. Junior Eddie Lee and sophomore Suma CM assist him as associate editors. The Interact Club held its organizational meeting last Wednesday. The club is selling pretzels until Friday in order to raise funds for handicapped children. Please support this worthy cause. In sports, the cross-country team saw action last week. The girls' team placed fifth in Camden County as Samra Lee led, placing 14th. The rest of the girls' team all had personal best times. In boys' action, Terry Lee led the Cougars with a surprising run of 17 minutes and 19 seconds. The Cougar football team shut out Paul VI 26-0 last Saturday. Junior running back Henry Parks ran for 120 yards on 16 carries and broke loose for a 69-yard touchdown run. Sophomore quarterback Kevin Foley passed for 203 yards, as fellow sophomore Eric Henry caught 8 passes for 90 of those yards, including a 33-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. Last year, Coach Bo Wood led the Cougars to victory. Mike Furman had a chance to talk to the coach about his plans for this year's Cougars.
What are some of the goals for this year's team?
Well, we try to win the game we're playing each week. We try to win as many games as we can, and hopefully we'll be ready to win next week as we play Camden.
And what is the outlook for this year's varsity team?
Well, I think we're a very young team. I only have 2 or 3 seniors starting on offense, which is very unusual for a school this size. But we're optimistic that we're going to have a good football team.
You've lost a couple games at the beginning of the year. What are some new strategies to win some games?
Well, as I said, we're a very young team, but I believe we're improving each week. And that's really the basic strategies. We want to get better each week and not make the same mistakes again. And I feel the kids are playing better together as a group as they learn more. You got to understand we're starting 2 sophomores and 7 juniors on offense, and none of them played last year, so it's difficult. But we're getting better each week, and I believe we're going to win a lot of games as the season goes on.
Thank you, Mr. Wood, and thank you for your time. Good luck with the season and get some wins. This has been Mike Furman from EastCast.
Last Friday, the East girls varsity gymnastics team defeated Collingswood 91-65. Senior Stephanie Harrison excelled on the vault and floor. Senior Lynn Haraldson participated on bars, and sophomore Melinda Renshaw was on beam and floor. The East varsity hockey team defeated Paul VI on Wednesday 1-0. Sophomore Nicole Racant scored her first varsity goal when Tara Owens passed the ball from outside the circle. Martina Choi, A.M. Major, and Chris Farazano recorded the shutouts. The team played West on Saturday, defeating them 1-0. At the conclusion of the game, the 2 teams honored official Marie Gimme. She was presented with a plaque to commemorate her many years of teaching in Cherry Hill. She is retiring after this year. Following the news tonight, we will bring you the East-West girls hockey game with commentator Matt Leschner. Matt was able to interview the 4 stars of the game.
Okay, here are the victorious Cheryl East team. Here are the captains and the goal scorer. Can you identify all yourselves?
Meredith McDevitt.
David Olsminski.
Nicole Recant.
Jennifer Roddy.
It was a really great game. You came alive in the second half. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I think mostly had to do with our attitude. We were really psyched about the game.
Now, in the first half, you played a lot of defense. Can you tell us a little about that?
I don't know. We play a lot of defense. That's usually how we start out in our games. But then second half we got a pep talk from Scully, and then we changed it down to the offense.
Your goal, there are a lot of people around you. I mean, you really had a confusing thing there.
Yeah, well, I just saw the ball, and so I tried to push it in, and the girl kind of helped me.
What's ahead now for Cheryl East?
What's ahead? Well,
Eastern
away on Tuesday. We have Eastern, and we have Gloucester Catholic and Morristown. Some of our toughest games.
All right, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
The juniors, class of 1991, will be taking the PSATs this Saturday at East. They will be held at 8:30 in the morning. Test takers are reminded to get plenty of sleep on Friday. That's it for tonight's EastCast. Special thanks to our cameraman and editor, Mr. Gordon Hampson, our advisor, Miss Peggy Beck, and our student cameraman, Tracy Slovakin. This has been Larry Kaplan with Melissa Choi for EastCast. Stay tuned for the East-West girls hockey game with commentary by Matt Leschner. The game follows the junior high school news. Tonight we leave you with Ophelia, who strikes a seductive pose in her rendition of Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening, I'm Abby Green, and tonight on the West Report, I'll have all the details on this year's spring musical.
Good evening, I'm Nikki Holder, and I'll have the results of the past week, including 2 of West sports ranked among South Jersey's top 10.
And I'm Alexis Halpern. West freshmen had to make their first decision of the school year this week as they elected their class governor and lieutenant governor. The ballot consisted of 4 slates: Drew Rabin and Kathy Pajak, Erica Collins and David Zuzga, Shira Gold and Lauren Greenstein, and Erica Garrity and Debbie Adelat. Candidates had the opportunity to decorate the cafeteria with campaign posters Tuesday, and to deliver election speeches Thursday morning. The students voted Friday morning in homeroom, and results were announced Friday after school. The winners, Erica Collins and Dave Zuzga. Melissa Connell had a chance to speak with the newly elected officers.
Thanks, Alexis. First, I'm going to start with Erica Collins, the new freshman governor. Erica, what are some of your goals for the upcoming year?
Well, our main objective is to raise at least $2,500 for our class. And in order to do that, school spirit is a must, and that's what we're trying to enforce.
Okay, do you have any previous experience?
I've been president of Carusi Junior School, and I also was a homeroom representative, as well as newspaper and broadcasting and other publications.
Great. And next we have Dave Zuzkin, the new lieutenant governor. Will we be seeing any changes or anything different from previous years?
Yes, we would like to have a wider range of activities for more students to get involved in.
Okay. What are some of your responsibilities as lieutenant governor?
Well, right now, Erica and I were in the process of selecting a cabinet, one of the most important things we're going to do this year, and then we'll be in charge of really all the functions of the freshman class.
Okay. Well, congratulations to both of you. I'm sure you'll have a very successful year for the freshman class. Thank you both for being here. Now back to you, Alexis.
Thanks, Melissa. We wish Erica, Dave, and the entire freshman class the best of luck this year. On the subject of elections, many of the school clubs and organizations are holding them this month. The French Club held its elections last Thursday after school. The new officers are President Robbie Lumio, Vice President Rachel Gold, Secretary Lisa Maloney, and Treasurer Joelle Durbin. The French Club's first event will be held November 5th at Beau Rivage Restaurant in Medford, where the new officers will be installed. Any member interested in attending should contact Mrs. Niesner as soon as possible. The cost is $20 per person, and seating is limited.
Cherry Hill West's best kept secret has finally been revealed. This year's spring musical is The Wiz, a modern upbeat show. The director, Mr. Joseph Delora, stated, "The style of dance is vigorous and athletic and non-technical, so all guys are encouraged to audition." Returning to the position of choreographer after a year's break is Mrs. Susie Zucker. Welcome back, Susie. Auditions will be held December 18th through the 21st. Good luck to all who audition. Sign up now for the 3rd annual Special Olympics Dance Marathon. It starts this Saturday and lasts until Sunday at the Cherry Hill Inn. The marathon will be covered by local TV and radio stations, and free food and great prizes will go to the dancers. See SDO advisor Mr. Schmidt to register. So, Nikki, what's been happening this week in sports?
West Lions are on the ball. Our boys cross-country team finished 4th in last Wednesday's Camden County meet. Also, last Saturday, they placed 10th in South Jersey meet. Our football team fought hard against 3rd-ranked Washington Township last Saturday, but lost 20-6. This Saturday, they will battle Paul VI at home. Last Thursday, West boys soccer team blanked out Overbrook 3-0. As you can see, our boys soccer team is ranked 8th in South Jersey. The record is 7 wins and 1 loss. Last Wednesday, our girls gymnastics team beat Collingswood 80.45 to 74. You can see the girls this Friday at Washington Township. The girls hockey team lost 2 tough ones this week. Last Thursday, Canyon Catholic beat them 3-1, and on Saturday, East edged them out 1-0. Cheer the girls on to their next win tomorrow against Bishop Eustace at home. Don't forget, Saturday's game will be shown later tonight on Cable 18. And the girls' soccer team had an even week. They lost to East 3-1, but turned around and battled it out with Camden Catholic, winning 3-2. Cheer the girls on Thursday against Highland on their way to the state tournament. Last Wednesday, our girls' tennis team was disqualified from the Olympic Conference tournament. I had a chance to speak with the coach, Dr. Brown, about the situation. Dr. Brown, could you explain to us what happened last Wednesday afternoon?
Well, the girls' tennis team was supposed to play in a tournament at Overbrook High School, and as it turned out, with a confusion over the bus schedule and a bus driver that took us to a wrong high school, in this case Highland, by the time we got to Overbrook, the athletic director at Edgewood told us that the whole team had been disqualified because we weren't there at the starting time. And all I could do after that was come back to school, and the girls ended up practicing, and we just went on with our season. It was a very unfortunate situation, and it's kind of in a form of protest right now, but since the tournament is over, we've decided not to worry too much about it, but just look forward to our upcoming matches. We are in the semifinals of the states, and we play Millville. I actually play Millville tomorrow because of the rain today.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to the girls' tennis team, who is now ranked 10th in South Jersey, as they put in a bid for the state championship title. That's it for this week in sports. And now here's a look at what's hip. For a look at today's ever-changing trends, here's Julie Gayer.
This is Julie Gayer, and I'm here to tell you what's hip. When you're walking around the halls or hanging out with your friends, you might experience some new vocabulary, slang, whatever, but we like to call them hip sayings. So we're going to go around and interview people and find out what their hip sayings are. Lenny, what's your hip saying?
Yo, dude. Killer, dude. What?
What's a hip saying?
What?
Oh.
I'd rather say name than a word. I think Mr. Sleeth is very hip.
Elvis. Yeah. Insane.
Hey, and you curl your tongue.
On sale now is the Cherry Hill West yearbook. It presently costs $35 and the price will go up $5 each marking period. All seniors get their names printed on the cover for free, and underclassmen can get their names printed on the cover for an additional $3. The yearbook is now on sale in homeroom and during lunch periods, so be sure to order yours now before the price goes up.
In the weeks ahead, a variety of events are scheduled at West. On Friday, the 27th of October, at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., and October 28th at 2 p.m., West will present the children's show Hansel and Gretel. Admission is $3 per person. The annual blood drive will take place on Monday, November 6th, all day in the Jones Gym. And on November 8th, the annual Mr. West pageant will take place in the auditorium at 7:30. Coming up next is the junior school news, followed by a tape broadcast of the girls' field hockey game that was played last Saturday between East and West. Be sure to tune in.
That's all for this week. For the entire West News team, I'm Alexis Halpern. Thanks for watching, and please tune in again next week.
Good evening. I'm Lauren Graybell, and this is Carusi News. This year, with Mrs. Cutler for a sponsor, there's a new literary magazine. Having a contest, the staff is meeting to decide the new name for this magazine. Good luck to all the students who entered. Now making his debut on Carusi News, here's Brock Atkins with this week's sports update.
Thanks, Lauren. On Friday the 13th, the 7th grade field hockey team lost to Morristown 2-0. Carusi dominated the game, but Morristown goalie shut the Mini Mustangs down by stopping 32 shots on goal. Also, the 8th grade field hockey team tied Morristown 1-1. Jeanette Heber assisted Lori Carty for a goal. Carusi's goalie, Catherine Lofton, only allowed one goal, although there are many shots on goal. The 7th grade soccer team beat Morristown 3-1. The goals were scored by Jeremy Munger, Zach Wilkins, and Matt Holpen. Michael Jackson played well in goal. Carusi's 8th grade soccer team again tied Morristown by a score of 3-3. Scoring for Carusi were Brian Omer twice and Tony Lee. Chris Ironhands Ergut again played well in goalie. On Saturday, the Carusi 7th grade field hockey team beat Washington Township 4-0. Dana Schneider, Heather Blavelt, and Donna Hine all scored. The 8th grade field hockey team tied Washington Township by a score of 1-1. The goals were scored by Tiffany Sahaki. Juliet Dunworth had 2 shots on goal, although they were not accounted for. On Monday, the 7th grade field hockey team beat our arch rival Beck 3-0. The goals were scored by Donna Hine, Colleen Hart, and Dana Brow. Also on Monday, the 8th grade field hockey team beat Beck 1-0. Jody Becker scored for us, playing good on offense and defense were Juliet Dunworth and Tiffany Sahaki. Back to you, Lauren.
Good job, Brock. Thanks. Now there's some more sports news that deals with our school only indirectly. On August 26th, 15 baseball players from our town captured the 1989 Babe Ruth World Championship. They won this victory over a fine team from Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. They were victorious with their outstanding record of 15-0, with wins over opponents from the district, state, and Middle Atlantic regional tournaments, along with the World Series wins against many states. Why did we cover this story, you may ask? Well, it just so happens that some of these boys were Carusi, what was then Brainerd, former students. And now making her debut on Carusi News, here's Terry Hart with an interview with the new teacher at Carusi.
Thanks, Lauren. As Lauren said, I'm here today with the new member of the Carusi staff, Mr. Bill Keene. Welcome to Carusi News.
Thank you, Terry.
Mr. Keene, where did you teach before coming to Carusi?
Well, I'm giving away my age here, but I've been teaching since 1966. And I spent 5 years in Center City, Gary, Indiana, 3 years at Milton Hershey School for Boys, which is a private school run by the Chocolate Corporation. And I spent 13 years in Columbus, Ohio, and 2 years at Willingboro High School, where I coached and taught, and this is my first year at Carusi.
Well, what brought you to Carusi, besides your car?
You've been hanging around these guys too long, I think. Gave a lot of thought to what I want to do with my life for the next 10, 15 years. So the reason I chose Cherry Hill School District was because I saw a class organization, what I perceived to be an academic pursuit that encouraged me, especially in the field of special education. So I guess directly to your question, I'm looking to invest my life in young people within an organization or within a profession where people take it serious and try to do things to the optimum.
What college did you attend?
I did my undergraduate work at Grace College in Window Lake, Indiana, and I originally was reared in Kensington of Philadelphia. I got a basketball scholarship to attend college, so basically that was my way to get to college. Received a National Science Foundation grant to do my graduate work at Valparaiso University. I've also taken graduate credit at Ohio State University, Dayton University, and just recently last year I took some credit here in New Jersey.
Exactly what discipline are you involved with here at Carusi?
My job description puts me in special education and specifically dealing with young people with emotional disturbances. And basically it's trying to invest my life with young people that have, for whatever reason, just exhibited behavior problems perhaps, or problems with adjustment, maybe discipline problems of just being able to stay at task, emotional excesses where maybe they have some bad habits of just being able to do what they want to do when they want to do it. And specifically what my job is, or what my position as I see is helping young people break some bad habits and put on some new habits that will give them skills that they need to go on and be successful.
Why did you choose teaching as your profession?
For me, it's an easy one. I'm not probably like most teachers who were successful in junior high and high school. In fact, I hated school. Can you agree with that? And so much so that I chose to just miss a lot of school when I was in high school. So the whole idea was I did not enjoy school. I was not successful in school. And consequently, I had to repeat the 11th grade. And why am I teaching? Very simply, is because eventually a person came into my life when I was 21 who not only saw that I was a person with problems, but he saw that I was a young person with potential. And this man was an educator, and he encouraged me and he helped me get back to Temple University to make up some high school credits. He put me in touch with some coaches, and consequently I was able to get a basketball scholarship, able to get my education, and really it was pretty clear what I wanted to do. I wanted to emulate what this man had done for me, and so I've been looking at teaching as an investment of my life into young people, and that's why I'm in it. And I know it might sound trite, or it might sound like maybe we're paid to say that, but honestly, that's why I'm into it.
Well, you've been here for 2 months. What do you think of our school so far?
As I said, I put a lot of time thinking about it before I came here. So I not only have these 2 months, but I have probably about 1.5 years of evaluating not only this district, but some other districts that I was looking at as far as investing my life. And I'm encouraged by what I see here, especially the staff, the professional staff that's here, Dr. Wald and Mr. Perifico, especially in my case, who who seem to do everything they can to make me successful. Professional staff, young people, and opportunities just like we have today, where I see you blossoming and taking advantage of something that a lot of school districts don't have. You know, even what we're doing today, the fact that you're doing the interviewing, that you have been helped to, and encouraged to do this, doesn't happen in every school district in New Jersey. And I don't know whether you know that or not, but I think people tuning in will understand that. So I'm encouraged by what I see here. I'm enthused by what I see here, and I'm looking to be here as long as Cherry Hill wants me to be here.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us.
Thank you.
And now, before I turn it over to you, Lauren, I'd like to tell everyone that you're also making your debut on Carusi News.
Nice job, Terry, and thanks for the recognition. This month is Drug Prevention Month, and Carusi has been doing many things to honor this occasion. Anti-drug pins have been passed around the school, and a very special visitor has come in honor of this occasion. His name is Jeff Thaxton, and he has come to talk with the 7th graders last Friday about drugs, and will be coming back this Friday to talk with the 8th grade. Tune in next week for an up-close and personal interview with Jeff Thaxton himself. For Brock, Terry, and the rest of the entire Carusi News team, I'm Lauren Grable saying good night, and please join us next week.